welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you have been here before. My name is Malin, Miss Kitten Heart, and what you just saw was the result of an entire day of snowing and hard winds, and I don't know if it was a storm, but it left a whole lot of snow to be shoveled, and I have done some of it, and I will do some more of it when I am finished here. It will snow more tonight, they say, so I won't be able to get rid of all the snow until the next snowfall. So yeah, that's the joy of living in the northern part of Sweden. We get a lot of snow. Today, usually what you see in my channel is a lot of vintage and retro and thrifted items and home decor and stuff. And you will see a thrift haul after this little show and tell. Because now I thought I'd show you something. Ooh, got glue on my finger. I thought I'd show you something a little different. I have been swapping all kinds of stuff since I think 2006, 2007. It's been about 15 years. It's such a long time. And I have been swapping. I started out with yarn and knit swaps. They were called Secret Pal back in the days. And then I found a swapping site called Give Me Your Stuff, where I swapped a lot for a few years. And through that site and through the swappers there, I discovered mail art, which I am still swapping after 13 years, I think. 12 years, 13 years. I have been swapping mail art for ages. And I have shown you a bit. I have given you an art wall tour. And I have shown you my ATC collection. So I won't show you actual art from my mail art swaps. But there's a dog here saying hi. Come, Alice. Oh, come. Come to Mette. Oh no, she doesn't want to come. She just wants some attention. But I thought I'd share some of the things I have received in swaps through the years, and a few gifts, presents I have also received, because a lot of the things I own, they are thrifted, or free finds, or inherited things. I have lots from my grandparents, all of my grandparents, and they do a whole lot for giving my home personality, giving it a sense of unity. Here comes a cat to see if he wants. No, he doesn't. He wants attention too. Give my home a personality and uniqueness, and but also another thing that gives it, makes it unique, is those little items that I have been gifted through the years. I have moved a lot, and I have been in need of money more than once. So I don't have everything that I have received. I have sold and gotten rid of so much stuff. I had a huge Hello Kitty collection, for example, a huge kawaii stationery collection and a huge bento collection, for example, and most of that stuff is gone, and it's kind of sad. I miss some of it. I have a few pieces left, so I thought I'd show you some things, and I talk about where I was, and that is Alice looking out the window. She's guarding the street outside. Ooh, there comes a cat almost tipping over my mug. I'll show you some things I found throughout my house and talk a bit about where it came from and what I was about at that time. So here we go. Oh, that was a long intro. So I keep that safe there. See, here is my Hasse, my boy. Oh, he's a big boy. He's gained some weight, I can feel now. He doesn't want to be outside. It wasn't glue. I have cut my finger, I feel. I am going to start with a gift. This, if you have seen my art wall tour, you have seen this. This was given to me by my stepmother in 2004. So I'm doing this first because this was before all the swapping and stuff. She painted this painting of two of my cats. Oh, this is Silke and that is Lipton, two Norwegian forest cats, and they are gone. They have been gone for years and years and years. Cat hair. But this painting is it's a treasure, and that is things that people, the things I have chosen for myself, of course, are special because I have chosen them, but the things that people have given, they are special because of the thought and the love people put in, especially when they make things, but also when they choose things with you as in the mind. So that yeah, that makes things more special. I have a little pile here of Japanese craft books. This little pamphlet is, I think it's from my very first swap, or my almost very first swap. I swapped in a secret pal yarn swap with a girl in Japan, and I was super happy because I have been a sucker for Japan for a long time. I love Japan and its aesthetic, and yeah, I do like it. So this little knitting tiny book I got in that swap, and I actually have just a tiny bit yarn left from that. I knitted mittens from this yarn, and then I lost the mittens, and I'm so sad because the yarn is beautiful. It's I think it's a cashmere blend, and the mittens they were lovely, and then I lost them after just wearing them a few times. So I think this was from a swap too. And when I started swapping at Give Me Your Stuff, my the thing I asked for the most was Japanese stuff, kawaii stuff, bento stuff, Hello Kitty stuff, Japanese candy, Japanese craft books. So I got some. I had quite a bit of a Japanese craft book collection for a while because I bought some for myself too. But I have sold them. I figured out the other day when I went back to my old blog and had a look at all the Japanese craft books, and I miss some of them. They were really, really cute. This was also in one of those. It's from Australia. It's I think maybe a kookaburra. It's just a fridge magnet. It's been on my fridge for maybe 15 years. And I got this too. It wasn't made for me, but the one I got it from bought it from a girl who made these. So I have been using this for my sewing kit for so many years, and it's so cute. I love Mamigoma. Mamigoma is so cute. It's a Sanrio character. Getting things to focus here is not, I think, that focus. And this is another thing. I am using this as my purse at the moment, and this was made for me. So I keep my bills and my cards in here. And it's such a nice thing to have in my everyday life, to remember the people who made those things for me. I also got this really cute Mamigoma bento box. And this frog bento box. I had some really, really nice Hello Kitty boxes, for example, and I had so many. But I sold them because, yeah, when moving a lot, you don't want to bring along more stuff than necessary, and when needing money, you tend to sell stuff. So this is some chopsticks that fell on the ground and made noise. Those Hello Kitty chopsticks. And then another set of chopsticks with a little piggy. It just wants to focus on my hands. Please focus on the piggies. So those were things from my Give Me Your Stuff days. I have a couple of friends left actually from that I met through those swaps, and with one of my friends in California, we decided a few years ago to do an anniversary swap. I think after about 10 years we decided to do an anniversary swap, and I got this from her. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous teapot from CB2, which after looking at tons of interior videos at YouTube, I know it's a store in the US. But I really, really love this one. And I love the matte surface. It almost feels like it's rubber, but it's not, of course, it's porcelain. Another thing, which is one of those older items here. This I won in a giveaway at a blog maybe 10 years ago, 12. It looks just like a little fabric pouch. Then you open it, and then it's a little notebook. And I haven't used it yet because it's too cute. I don't know what to. But this is also one of those handmade things, makes things nicer. Alice! And I have no idea what she's seeing. I can't see a thing. And talking about gifts, this is one of those you light a candle and it spins, and this is with Moomin character. I really, really like Moomin, and it was a Christmas gift from a friend some years ago. It's really cute. And another Christmas gift from another friend is this spider witch doll that she bought from a Swedish doll maker on Instagram, I think. Let's see if I can find that doll maker's name. But she is amazing. Unfortunately, just tonight, my new cat, who you will see in a few minutes, she pulled her down, and she had an accident, and she has a few her butt is had an accident, but it doesn't show when she sits. She has a chair to sit in, but that is upstairs. I will move it so my cat can't reach it. But that is beautiful. And now she's stuck in the Moomin. And another gift is I have a mail art friend, Audrey, in Canada, and she was here to visit 3.5 years ago, and then she brought this lovely yarn bowl from Montreal. It's made by a ceramic artisan in Montreal who handmade it, and I think it's so much fun because it feels so Swedish in the colors and the decoration, but it's from Montreal. And she also got me this. I think this is from Germany, I think. She was traveling in Europe for a couple months before she came here, so I got a few. I have a few more things too. And then about last no, not last autumn, 1.5 years ago, she came again. And last time she went traveling in Europe. But that time she went to me first and then went traveling. But she bought this Alice in Wonderland book for me in Hungarian, if I remember it right. And it is, it's one of my most beautiful Alice books. The illustrations are fantastic. So those are some really nice gifts. Then things I have gotten from mail art friends in swap packages. I have done a lot of Secret Santa, Secret Solstice, Secret Halloween and stuff swaps. This is a paper house. I think it's absolutely amazing. And this Alice in Wonderland box as well. This is hand painted. And this journal with a hand-sewn cover with an Alice in Wonderland motif. It's just, and then from another art friend I have received this Alice in Wonderland notebook, hand painted. So I collect Alice in Wonderland, so hence the Alice in Wonderland themed gifts. I also got this in a swap. From an art friend who makes books. I actually had this one. See if I can. Look for Beach Rock. And you can find her. And she makes beautiful books. And then from one mail art friend in a swap I got these crystals in 2 packages. This beautiful amethyst and this lapis lazuli. I actually don't know how to pronounce it either in Swedish or in English. And from another art friend in another art swap, this wooden tiger. I think it looks pretty old. I think it is so beautiful. And I think this book, children's book, is from the same art friend. And I also collect old children's books. Hey Ellie! And these kinds of books I can't find in Sweden, so this was really a treat. And then I went back a bit to yarn trading, and in Instagram there's a hashtag get your yarn wish granted or something like that. I'll have a look and I will post it below. And there I got this beautiful skein of sock yarn. And it's so beautiful, I haven't had the heart to use it. And then I tried out a yarn swap fiber share, and there I got this lovely skein. and I love hand-dyed sock yarns. That's my favorite thing to knit with. But yeah, so no, here's a couple more things. This was a Christmas swap, Christmas trade gift from a mail art friend. They're Avon poodle bottles, and I have been really wanting them to my vintage poodle collection. She didn't know I really wanted them, so that was just perfection. I was so happy when I got them. When I have this was also a Christmas gift from in a swap with an art friend. So yeah, really love poodles. And then finally, the same art friend who gave me the crystals painted this beautiful mug for me with inspiration from the book The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Really pretty. So yeah, that was a lot of things that I haven't bought myself, but they are gifted and swapped, and some of them are really old, some of them are just recent. And I really love adding odd things like that to my home. It gives decor a bit of something extra. Next up you will see a thrift haul, because I went thrifting earlier this week. So here we go, see you in a sec. Yesterday I went to my closest town. It's about 85 kilometers from here, and I had an appointment at the doctor's, and I went to the groomers with my dog, and I had some time to kill, so I went to the thrift store. So today I can actually give you a thrift haul. And it's been ages since my last thrift tours. Sorry, ages since my last thrift haul. So it's about time, and I have to do this. I have company. This is my newest cat. She moved here about a month and a half ago. Isa. She's a girl. She's 14 and a half. And I got her from my friend who couldn't keep her because they are moving to a flat where there are no pets allowed. So she is living with me now. So and that noise you can hear in the background, that's the heater. So I'm afraid you have to it has to be there or I will freeze, because it's so cold outside. Not as cold today as it has been, but cold. But yeah, a thrift haul. It's sort of a boho retro granny chic haul with a couple of items that stand out from the rest, but that's what happens when I go thrifting. I find things that yeah, I like it or I love it, and I can't resist, even though it's outside of what I have decided to buy. Yeah, that's Isa. I'll start with a book. Isa. I'll start with a book. I got a few more books too, among them a book I was hoping to find. It is the last in a series that I'm collecting, and I'm happy I found it. But this, I was just, Isa. This side was just, I couldn't resist. It was like €1. It's Peter Pan and Wendy, illustrated by Robert Ingpen, and he's a wonderful, wonderful illustrator. And I actually have another book in this same series. It's Alice Through the Looking Glass. It's lovely. I got it at the yearly book sale a couple of years ago. I hope I will find it. Find Alice in Wonderland this year. You never know what you find at the book sale. So I really, really hope I will find Alice in Wonderland in the same series, but yeah, they're really pretty. And this big heavy illustrated book, €1. Just perfect. Today I have brought along some of the things I already had in my cupboards, just like with the books. So I thought I'd show you that I actually do have a plan with my thrift haul. So some of the things I will show you I already have, as I say. But this little bowl, the shape and the pattern is a super traditional one, but I've never seen such a small one. It's so cute, and I do miss smaller bowls, just for mixing up some omelette or doing a sauce or something. And this was €2, and actually paying €2 for a bowl or a plate is actually rather pricey for me. I rather stick to like 50 cents or something, because oh look who's coming. Someone who wants to come in. She was so angry when she moved in, and now she wants to play with the other cats. Kom då, Hasse. Kom in. And the other cats don't understand that she wants to play now and not want to fight them. But yeah, that was that pretty little bowl. And then I got these 2 bowls, also pretty small. Biltons, made in England in the 60s and 70s. And I really like Biltons, which you will see. These 2 are 50 cents for both of them.
So that is a price range in my taste. And this I had already, and it is actually also Bilton's, but there's no and researching this bowl and finding out what Bilton's did is actually what made me fall in love with them. So this is my old one, and two new ones to go with the old one. And then I found these two little salad plates, and they are also built in England, and they were 50 cents each, so €1 for the two. And I found these. See how perfect? I really wanted to find more in this pattern, so I'm so happy to found these. And here I actually have the Bilton stamp too, so oh, here is there's something. And these were €1.40 for each, so almost €3 for two. And I already had this in my cupboard, and that is also Bilton's. And this I actually bought quite a while ago, year ago, 2 years ago, and I used it as a plate under the flower pots. So when I researched Bilton's and I saw this, and I recognized that, and yeah, I had this already, and I got this from, I got my flower pots, got a new plate, and I kept this in my cupboard. So a really nice pile of Bilton's. Oops, sorry. Really nice pile. And then I found this one. It's also just a salad plate, size plate, and the pattern is so pretty and with a scalloped edge, and it's completely flat. And usually you see plates, they are a bit of a they aren't usually this flat, but I really like it. And this is made in Poland, and this was €2, so that was also a bit on the pricey side, but can you blame me? This is so unique and so pretty, and it goes beautifully with the plates I already have. Then I got some cutlery with wooden handles, and they are in dire need of some oiling, but I really love this wooden handled cutlery. And I already had big spoons, which I thrifted last autumn. I was really happy to get these. These were about a little over €1 for the entire bunch. I was so happy to find these. And then I got this lovely basket, and it was €1. And then I got this really long one. It's like 50 centimeters or something, really long, with a teak sort of part in the middle. And this was €2. And it has a bit of a, but I can put something on top and you will never know. So this will look really nice on top of the table, and maybe with some tea light holders or something. Really nice. And then I got 2 of these glasses. And they are from the 70s, I think, 60s, 70s. I think they are British. And 2 of these cost €1. And then I got these 2 glasses, and they are the same ones, but smaller, with a bit of a waist. And these were also €1 for the 2. And already in my cupboard I had 2 of these. So that's just perfect. And then I got this kitschy ceramic furry poodle for my poodle collection. I never can resist a vintage poodle. And I got her for €2. So cute. And finally I got this, and it's like the ugly duckling amongst the swans, or the swan amongst the ducklings. It is nothing at all like, my tripod is moving. It is nothing at all like the other things I bought. This is from Myatt and Son, called Bermuda, and I paid €1.50 for it. But I have a really good reason for not being able to resist it, because look at what I have in my cupboard. This is a plate I got a few years ago, and it's also Myatt and Sons, but it's apple time. And I fell in love with this plate when I found it, and I paid €10, and I never pay that much for thrift finds. And I thought, wow, this is perfect. I will collect this pattern, and I will have plates, and I will have teacups, and I will have everything in this pattern. And I found out these are super hard to find. I have some dessert plates that are all grey, but that is all I have been able to find besides this one. So when I found this, it's not the same. It is with fruit and flower. This is with fruit, flowers. This is with roses. This is with the grey, and this is with the brown. But they go so nice together. So I could not resist. And for €1.50, that price was ridiculously good.